Okay, so I have what I'm going to assume is like a weak forward anchor. So what we're going to do is make a focused anchor system, and I'm going to operate, let's just say it's a main and a belay on the same point, and I can do that. I can get away with that if I have this bomber anchor, or what I deem bomber, behind it. So we're going to back tie this because I feel like operating these systems elevated off the ground. So for every foot above the ground you go, there's a 100% increase in the moment force at the base. So this thing is just like a giant class 1 lever. So if I'm pulling 100 pounds here and this is 5 feet up, I've got 500 pounds of force or torque levering over on this class 1 lever. And so if this is weak, I want to back tie this. So I'm going to back tie this using a single piece of cord. And so what I did was I took the midpoint of my cordage. In this case, I have 6 mil power cord. It's about 165 feet. So this is the midpoint. And then I flaked the rest out in a pile over there and in a pile over there, just to make it a little bit easier to video. So what I'm going to do is what I call a bowline on a Bight. If you want to call it a double bowline, great for you, but I'm calling this a bowline on a Bight. So here's my Bight. I'm going to tie this with a forward facing loop. That means I'm going to do a Yosemite retrace. So I'll make my loop. Tie a standard bowline. Try to keep it dressed for. Bring that up, maybe a little bit more. So there's my bowline. It's a bowline, and I'm going to Yosemite retrace this. Pop the lower part through, pull the Bight out, pop it back out, cinch it up nice and tight, and now I have 2 strands and a forward-facing loop. Let's make this nice and tight. Okay. So here we go. Clip in, make my circle, just like that. So there's my circle, clip that in. And I can just take this spare carabiner and I'm gonna clip this, and I think I have a beaner already back there. So I'm gonna use this with my harness to help me pull it back. And I'm going to go on the belay anchor here. So again, I'm going to go a little bit beyond or a little bit past it. And I'll just use this carabiner since it's already with me. And I clip down, rotate over, and now I apply my attention. There we go. And then I'm just going to dog this off. Or round turn it and then dog it off. So that's one back tie. I don't have to pre-tension this a whole lot, maybe just a little bit, because this is already structurally stable and intact. It's not going to fall over. If it was just floating like just a leg of a vortex, if I just let this go without back tying it against something else, it's just going to fall over. But this is fine. So that's one. So N, make my circle, just like that. In this case, I'm actually go the other way because I want to finish over on this side since all my cordage is over here. This one I don't have another carabiner on me, so I'm just going to have to do it by hand. So there it is, just like that. Now I can tension this. And normally I would, if this was like a floating, like an Azorp head or something, I wouldn't want to do my tie backs here. I'd want to do them back at the main anchor. But if you look at it, what it is, because of the way we tied that bowline on a Bight with a forward-facing loop, normally we would start at the object that we're tying back. In this case, we started at the main anchor. So this is not a non-working 3-to-1 change of direction. This is actually a non-working 4-to-1 with no change of direction, just because of where I started. And that's fine. I don't care that this is tied off here. This is perfectly fine. So these are 2 non-working 4-to-1s without changes of direction. to this bomber anchor behind me, and now I can operate my main and belay off of the same post. That's just a quick way to guy it using that bowline on a Bight.